Hey guys, PsyStarcraft here. I'm going to start introducing the players that I play for each given match, just so you guys have a better idea of, how good the player I'm playing against is, if they're a Grandmaster, what kind of ratio they have, and so on. My opponent for this game is going to be MrPandaPants, the Terran player, 166 and 149 in Grandmaster League. Hello everybody, I am PsyStarcraft, and my opponent today, as I said, is MrPandaPants in the mid left as the red Terran player. Myself, vilePsY, representing Vile Gaming, or TeamVile.net. Actually, I think we have a new website. I am terrible. I am the team spokesperson and I don't even know the website. TeamVile.net, bottom as the blue Zerg. The map is the Shattered Temple. And as you guys know, Zerg versus Terran, probably my second best matchup, Zerg versus Zerg being my worst. But the thing about Zerg versus Terran is Hellions are so difficult to deal with if you don't go Roaches. Just because they offer so much map control and allows your player to really prevent a lot of scouting that you would be able to accomplish otherwise. But MrPandaPants, I have played him before. He's a Grandmaster, as you guys saw. Not too far ahead of 50%, so 50% win ratio. So he's not like the greatest Grandmaster in the world, but it says something if you're able to get Grandmaster. But against Terran players, I really try to get down that fast expansion. 15 hatch, maybe a 14 hatch, and that's what I'm going to try to do this game. And as you can see, I have scouted him, and I pulled away, and that lets you get your Overlord some scouting info to see where your opponent is. But your opponent can't see you. As you can see here, I can still see him, but he can't see me. And I'm going to be floating up to the choke, and one thing you want to look at the choke is, first of all, what the timing of his first barracks is, and it looks pretty normal. Looks like he went for a 12 racks, maybe a 13 racks. I think that's normal for turn. And second, most importantly, you want to see if he's throwing down a second barracks. If so, you might want to hold off on the gas, save larva for Zerglings, and maybe even throw down a spine. Maybe transfer some extra drones down here so you have drones to fight off any kind of 2 racks attack, some bunker plays, stuff like that. So I'm not too worried about revealing my Overlord now. I just didn't want him to hide any kind of tech or something because he saw my Overlord. He is going to be scouting my location because he has seen the Overlord. And against any potential early Terran attack, you want to always have your Overlord at least out here if you're watching the minimap well, sometimes right here because they can't sneak a bunker back here. But right here, as long as you're watching the minimap, you can see every single SV that comes in, and you can see MrPandaPants is running into my main. Doesn't look like he's going to be doing any cannoning for the time being. And there are a couple locations you can send this Overlord after you scout out the Terran. Obviously, you don't want to keep it here too long because there's some Marines. You can float it back along this ledge. However, that does allow for the possibility of him lifting off to get some scouting info, or scouting up here on the high ground and sniping at the Marines, so I'm not a huge fan of that. Another location is right here, which just kind of covers any Hellion run-bys that you don't see in the center of the map. So I did choose this location. This Overlord's still chilling, and I want to keep an eye on this SCV, make sure he's not going to bunker me out. We see what I see right here, and I'm thinking, okay, good, I do see that SCV. I don't have to worry about any bunker play. I'm only going to make, actually, I made 6 lings. I would normally make 2 or 4 lings. 6 is a bit much. I'm not sure why I chose to make 6 this time around, but I do not recommend it. And we are seeing MrPandaPants actually lift off, so he's not walled off at this moment. He's got just 2 Marines just kind of chilling out here, and when he has the Marines in a forward position like that, and he's obviously saving money, he's probably going to throw out an expansion with this SCV. There it goes, couple queens on the way for myself, and we are going to see a Hellion build right here. And I'm kind of curious why he doesn't have a wall off. I guess he's planning on stealing that pretty soon. Doesn't expect any lings to come anytime soon, and there's that 3rd supply depot to wall it off. 6 lings, 5 lings are out in the field, one of them taking the tower, and this isn't really necessary. You might say, yeah, we'll split off a ling to take the tower, and then you'll have it. But I already have all the info I need because he can't run any units past these lings. I should have brought all 6 lings and see what I can do. 2 Marines and 5 lings. I back off instinctively just because Marines against lings are generally not a good idea, but he only has 2 of them, so I'm actually going to move in and scout out this command center. Not going to be able to kill the SCV. Good control by PandaPants to run away, and only 2 Marines against 5 Zerglings. He's not going to be able to wall off his supply depot in time, and these Marines are trying to get away, and I try to get a surround, but 1 Marine does get away. Is the 2nd Marine going to get away? No, he doesn't, but a Hellion is out. Sniping that SCV, these Hellions are going to do plenty of damage to finish off the lings, but I think it was well worth it. It turns out the ling on this tower was actually good because 6 lings would have done no more damage than 5 lings. They're able to kill 2 Marines and an SCV for 5 lings. I will take it. And upon scouting this Hellions, upon scouting the reactor factory, I have gone on Roach Warren, and this is kind of a key point in the game. You see Hellions, and you see an expansion, and you killed 2 Marines. this means roach vulnerability. So this roach warren isn't just going to be defensive, it's going to be offensive, and you're going to see that in a second. Speed has almost finished. A couple overlords on the way. Looks like I did neglect my overlord production a little bit during that little skirmish right there. But the harvester count is 31 to 23, so I'm looking fine there. I've only trained 6 slings the entire game. The rest has been drones. And now 3 roaches on the way, and this is exactly what I mean by this overlord placement. See that? I can see these hellions because of that overlord. I know what to expect. I know I'm going to need to block this ramp, and you can see a third queen coming on the way. Third queen will not be there in time, so I am going to move up my my second queen to this location. And the reason for the spy placement is, 1, I can reach the ramp if they try to cram themselves up the ramp against this queen, and 2, I can reach the mineral line somewhat. He can kind of slide around the back and get down here, but it'd be kind of risky for him to do so. And now he is trying to get up the ramp. This queen is on hold position. He can't quite get past it. Great placement on the queen. Oh, he does get past the queen. Forces his way up, but she's still blocking several more, and 2 of them are going to go down. 2 in the main, but they are so weak. A couple more Zerglings running in and destroying every single Hellion. That was not successful at all, and that is a great feeling as a Zerg player. It's not often 6 Hellions get into your base or attempt to get into your base, and you lose 0 drones. And, you know, I said earlier, when you see so much invested into harass and what's it called, economy, and not a lot invested into, you know, real effective units, especially ones that do well against roaches, you're going to want to be aggressive, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. You can see all I'm making are roaches and speedlings. I've got 7 roaches on the way. He is making 3 bunkers, but he has no marines to fill them. Only 5 marines for 3 bunkers. I'm now going in, and at this point, I was thinking, do I want to focus SCVs or kill the bunkers? And I actually focused an SCV down there, but I didn't realize how slow SCV repairing is compared to what I thought it was. And so I'm like, hey, I'm just going to kill the bunkers. Screw killing the SCVs. So 1 bunker going down. Actually able to eliminate one of those marines. Now only 3 marines in this bunker. No marines in that top bunker. Now focusing down this bunker. Keep on rallying. 14 lings on the way. You want to rally lings because they are much faster. Second bunker going down. And this third bunker has nothing to fill it. More Zerglings swarming in, and MrPandaPants does GG. So a very simple Zerg versus Terran game. I just want to show you guys every once in a while examples of how you can just pick up easy wins based on opponent's mistakes or an opponent's greed. And in this case, it was a little bit of both. It was a huge mistake losing 6 of those Hellions trying to force his way up this ramp. He should have just cut his losses, backed off, maybe tried to go around the back. And second, 2 of those Marines died early, so he had nothing to fill the bunkers. And also, he went such a greedy build. Hellion harass with expansion. That's so darn greedy. I know it's somewhat standard, but he just didn't react to these roaches in time, and I was able to take it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you enjoy seeing, you know, the kind of opponents I play and, you know, the stats in the beginning of the map. Let me know what you think about that, the beginning of the video, rather. And as always, Isaac, you know they can hear you, right? You know you're famous now, right? Right? Jesus.